While I think the Nintendo Switch is a great console, I do think it could use some improvements. So in this video, we'll be going over what those improvements should be. Obviously, what I'm going to suggest in this video are my personal opinions, and everyone's going to have a different take on the matter. Joy-Con ergonomics. I'm just going to start off with the thing that annoys me the most with this console. I'm having problems playing the system for longer periods of time due to the Joy-Cons. The analog sticks are small and don't have as much travel as most controllers. They remind me of Vita analog sticks, which isn't a good thing. I guess they tried to make them low profile. The buttons themselves are actually very tactile, which is nice, but they require too much force to actuate. My thumbs hurt after a few hours. Also, if you have the system in handheld mode, the lack of grip makes it difficult to transition between the buttons and the analog sticks, especially on the right one. Look, it's just a flat surface underneath. There's nothing to hold on to. Pressing the triggers also feels awkward because the console moves around in my hand, which means I end up holding the console like this, and that causes pressure points on my palms. Combine that with the weight of the system, and eventually my wrists and hands hurt too much to keep playing. Also, occasionally I hit the L and R buttons by accident, because they wrap around so much. I understand that they had to make the Joy-Cons flat though. If it had a grip like the Wii U tablet, it wouldn't be very portable. The supplied grip is nice when not playing in handheld mode, but that doesn't solve the issue with the silly buttons and analog sticks. I think in the end I just need to go get a Pro Controller, if I could afford one. Folders. Right now I don't really have that many games, but eventually this list could become much larger. Scrolling through an infinite list isn't my idea of fun, and I don't think anybody wants to do that. Which also begs the question, why are there so many infinite scrolling web pages and apps now? Anyways, it's the same sort of problem the PS4 had back in the day. Folders would make life so much easier. Another option I would appreciate would be a way to sort the list. Alphabetical order, last date played, date installed, release date, or maybe have it sorted by franchise even. Something like that combined with folders would let everyone organize their library just like they want to. A more comprehensive eShop. While the eShop is fast to use and unoffensive to the eye holes, I do think there's a certain amount of functionality that is lacking. I would like to see more categories. A DLC or add-on category would be nice, for example. But to me, the most notable thing missing is the Virtual Console. It would be great to pick up some old school games. That being said, Nintendo's working on a paid online service that should release sometime in 2018, so it's possible that the store could get a makeover at the same time. There is a mention of something called the Classic Game Selection. Supposedly they are classic games with added online multiplayer capabilities, so maybe that will pave the way to something like the Virtual Console. Streaming applications. Okay, so this is something I hear a lot of people talking about. Obviously Hulu came out, but not everyone in the world has access to or cares about Hulu. For me, the important ones are YouTube, Twitch, and Crunchyroll. Obviously, people want Netflix too, and I'm sure a lot of these companies are working on something now that the Switch has been proven to be popular. A lot of times, I like to watch live streams or some sort of Let's Play series on YouTube while I'm grinding away on some game. If I could watch those things with the Nintendo Switch, well, that would be pretty cool. It has a stand, so I can just place it beside my monitor, and the stereo speakers are at least somewhat tolerable compared to what you get with most phones and tablets. It's also a great size, because phones are usually a bit small in my opinion, but tablets are too big and cover one of my speakers, which I don't exactly appreciate. I'm 100% sure we'll see a lot of our favorite streaming services coming to the Switch eventually. I mean, even the 3DS has Netflix and YouTube. More battery life. Now, I do know that the battery life is the way it is due to size and cost restrictions, but it would be nice to have more battery life available. It drains really quickly, especially when playing games like Breath of the Wild, even with the brightness turned down and Wi-Fi off. Just over 3 hours isn't that long. I know that battery packs and portable chargers exist to extend battery life, but I don't think something like this, or this, is an elegant solution. That's what we need, more dongles and a heavier console. Personally, I don't use the Switch in handheld mode that often, but I do use it in tabletop mode, and it would be very convenient not having to plug the thing in all the time. That being said, the Nintendo Switch at least lasts long enough on a charge to get you through even the brownest emergencies. I got through 4 shrines once. A more smudge-resistant screen. A lot of people go on about how easy it is to scratch the screen, but I don't have any problems with that. What I would like is a screen that doesn't show fingerprints as much. This wouldn't be a problem if it was glass. I wonder if these newfangled glass screen protectors help with that. If yes, I'll actually consider getting one. I'm sure the reason it doesn't have a glass screen is because it would make the device both heavier and more expensive. But yeah, that's everything that comes to mind so far. Obviously, I could have simply said, oh, I want this thing to run everything at 60 FPS at 1080p, but I try to be realistic here. Some features can be implemented with patches, while certain hardware issues can be addressed if Nintendo ever decides to do a hardware revision. Let me know if there's anything you think Nintendo should or could have done better in your eyes. Everyone has their own preferences, so it would be interesting to hear what your opinion is on that matter. That's it for today's video. I just want to remind everyone who hasn't done so yet to subscribe to the second channel. That's where all the archived live streams get uploaded to. And if you're interested in geek and gamer shirts, check out tblocks.com. They are a t-shirt subscription service with fully licensed shirts. You choose the categories on the website so that way you get the shirts you want. And if you do decide to sign up, you can use the coupon code in the description to save 10% on your order. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video.